back to my channel. I hate long intros, so we're going to get right into it. If you're a crafter or you just watch the news, you probably saw that Joann Fabrics went out of business. This isn't the only place that I shop, but it was probably my favorite. I loved the staff, the selection was always super good, and I've had, over the many years that I've been a Joann shopper, had a lot of suggestions and help from some of the long-term employees there, and I will miss them a lot. So this was my final trip to Joann's. Well, originally it was. This was my yarn and craft stuff haul from the last 3 times that I went to Joann's. I was just going to film a little bit inside the store, but for as empty as it was super busy, and I didn't want to film anybody in the store because that'd be rude. So here's a short clip of the zipper piles in the store the day before the final day. I wanted to get a grab bag of them, but I was late on the last day, and all the zipper grab bags were sold to one person. So that sucks for me, but it's okay because I did get a few zippers on the second trip that I went. Some of these clips are going to be out of order. I don't think it matters so much because the last 3 days of my Joann's store being open, it was really chaotic, and it felt like the same long chaotic day. So it's just all the stuff that I got in those 3 days. To start off my stuff haul, here are some gold shank buttons. I am not sure what's on them. I think they're eagles? I don't know. My daughter liked them. She had a plan for them, so they're hers. And then next, I got some needles, just regular sewing needles. They're always good to have. Up next is a mini thread haul. We got this on the second day, so before the grab bags happened. My daughter's taken a liking to upcycling and modifying clothing, so she wanted to get some thread to match some of her projects. We didn't get a ton of thread because even though it was, I think, 70% off, it still wasn't liquidation prices yet, and we did have a budget, so she stuck to colors that weren't as readily available at places like Walmart, for instance, and some colors that didn't come in her little sewing kit. This thread burns my eyes. I hate it. Up next was this button. I just thought it was really cute. I couldn't leave the store without it. I had to have it. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I just liked it. And then I got a needle minder. I don't know what I'm going to use for it, but I thought it was really cute. Oh, and these needles, these Susan Bates needles, I've heard a lot about. I never bought them because they were like $9, and then I think I got them for about $1. So I decided that $1 was worth trying them for. I also got some floss keepers or little bobbins. I thought they were cute. They're just like little dogs. And I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to use them for other than maybe I'll try tapestry crocheting again. Oh, and these buttons. My daughter went absolutely nuts over buttons. She just looked at them and went, "Mother, I need these." And I couldn't tell her no. Some of these were pulling up about 12 cents. So here is a zipper that I picked. I have a project in mind for it. It's kind of like this kiwi green. I like it. And then I got this purple zipper. I'm not totally sure what we're going to use it for. I know the green zipper I'm going to make a jacket, I think. And then I also got this sort of olive green zipper for a jacket. I got a couple jacket zippers. And then I got knitting needles for my daughter. She decided that she wanted to learn to knit, and I figured when the knitting needles are, 50 cents, we can try it. Oh, and this is a Coats and Clark square to test out yarn. It was just laying somewhere, and I took it up to the counter and I was like, "Can I buy this?" And it rang up free. So, yay. We got a couple cookie cutters because my daughter likes to bake, and she couldn't leave some of these. There's a carrot. I think there's a couple other. Yeah, there's a bunny, and I want to say we got a couple other Easter ones, but I think that was later. And then we got this butterfly. Oh, and of course the rainbow, because it's so cute. I can't wait for my daughter to make cookies. She's an excellent baker. When Joann's first announced that they were going out of business, I was able to get one of these big twist keychain yarn skeins, but I was only able to get a pink one, and now I have a purple one. So I'm pretty excited about that. The only other one that was left were these scissors, and I think they're super cute too. I was really happy that I was able to get one of each because at the time, I think this was my first haul. That's all that there was. There was a ton of this yarn. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. I think I got 3 skeins. Um, it's, I don't know, it's okay. I don't hate it. I don't have any plans for it. And then I've got this brown. I just thought it was so pretty, and it's super soft. I don't usually use the big plush yarn, but I saw it and went, "Oh my gosh, I need to make little bears with this." So that's that's what I got. I think I got 4 of those. And then I got this really interesting kind of powder blue. Oh, I guess it's cerulean blue. I don't have any plans for it just yet, but I think I got the last 3 skeins of that, and there was a ton of rust. That is this color here. There was so much of it. There was a whole yarn aisle filled with nothing but this rust color, and I was so disappointed. Maybe a month ago, I went and I was hoping to get some yarn. I ended up having to go to Walmart to get it, which was fine. But that's all that was left, was just rust. Oh, and I grabbed the last Heartland tweed. I was so excited because I love gray and rainbow together. So super excited to snag the very last one of these at Joann's. It's one of my favorite. I was so excited. I think I squeed in the middle of the store. Oh, and I was so excited to get some of this pastel baby blue. I really like this one. I think it's a really nice pastel blue. So I'm kind of bummed that I won't be able to get more for a while. I have heard that Michaels will be carrying the Big Twist brand, and so will Hirschner's and Mary Maxim. So I'm still bummed, but happy that I will be able to get some of the stuff that I enjoy working with. I got I think it's a 1 pound Big Twist value, and I got 1 in gray, and then I was able to get 2 in black. I've only got 1 here because I started working with the other one. It does seem a little bit thinner than the regular Big Twist value, but not so noticeably so that I wouldn't use it. I was a little disappointed, but I was able to get this weird paisley denim. My daughter wants to make flares or bell bottoms, and she picked this paisley denim, and she was so excited that they still had some left, and I was happy for her. We also got this fern fabric. I think it is denim too. It just seems really thin, but I do really like the color and pattern. I think it's really pretty, and my daughter's really excited about that. I was also able to get this knit and crochet. I think that's what it's called, knitters and crocheters, or knit and crochet yarn. I have never used this yarn before. It's big and thick, and it's pretty soft. I like it. I think it's really, really nice. I got the last 2 that they had, so hopefully I will pick a nice project for that, and I guess I'll let you guys know once I use it. I'm pretty excited about it though. And like I said when I went a couple weeks ago, there was just a whole aisle filled with rust, and there was still some the second time that we went, and my daughter decided that she's going to learn to knit, and she just used this rust colors. So I think we ended up with 12 total, but in the second to last trip that we went to, I think we got 7. There's 7 or 8. I don't remember exactly, but it's just a big pile, and I sort through my yarn, and it's like, oh, there's another skein of rust, and there's just more and more of it. It multiplied on the shelf. It's pretty funny. While we were at Joann's, we were looking for a sewing box. They did have some, but they were still kind of out of my budget price range. And my daughter and I saw this tomato box, and she looked at me, I looked at her, she said, "Mother, hear me out." And I said, "You can use this for your sewing box. You've always done everything in your own way and on your own terms." So I thought this was kind of funny. She also really loves tomatoes. We also got a couple tomato pin cushions. They had some smaller ones, but she liked the big one. The one that is unopened is her personal tomato pin cushion. That's what she calls it. That's my personal tomato. It is currently in her tomato sewing box. She's very excited about it. I think we did get some pins at some point. I'm not sure where they are. I don't remember if that was in my last trip to Joann's, which I kept saying, this is my last trip, it's my last trip, it's my last trip. And we found this heart plushie. We just couldn't leave it. It was just sitting there. It was the last one and it was alone and it looked sad, so we had to grab it. It's pretty soft. I think it's cute. It's kind of silly looking, but it's cute. My daughter actually negotiated with the liquidator and we bought an end cap. Not the shelf, just all the stuff on the end cap. And she decided to keep the tags. The liquidator wasn't being super kind to her, so she said she bought the end cap. She wants those too. We did get a couple fat quarters. There was this blue checker print. It was the only one. That was the only one left. So we grabbed that. It didn't have the sticker, so it was kind of a pain to check out with. But not too bad. We also got this small set of knitting needles, so my daughter has more than one set, so she can, do different projects. And then we've got a bigger set because my daughter has been interested and been upcycling some clothing. We got some elastic so she can make whatever she wants with that, probably for clothing. Um, I think we got the flat black elastic and then we've got some white one. We also got some that's like a cord. I'm not quite sure what that's for, but I just told my daughter whatever she wanted, she could have it. Oh, and here's another set of knitting needles. They're just the Susan Bates knitting needles. I like Susan Bates stuff. I first learned on the boy crochet hooks, and that's what I still have. So, yeah, that's just me. We also got this chicken nugget Christmas ornament. It was the last one, and we just couldn't leave it. We were like, no, it's going to be alone. So we got it. It's going to be really big on our Christmas tree since we have a small one. I also got another set of the Susan Bates yarn needles. I still haven't tried them. I hopefully will. I'll get them out of the box soon. My daughter got these really long needles. She said that it would be super helpful when we do certain projects. She had a plan. She didn't know what they were for, didn't care. She had a plan. And then we got some of these because, you can never have enough. Then we got this organic button. That's what she calls it. It's my organic button, is what she says. It was the last one of this type. I think it's made from a coconut shell, which is pretty cool. I've had a few of those in the past. I also got these buttons. I don't know what they're for. They have a lot of buttonholes, and I thought they looked interesting. And then I got these gold buttons. I thought they were so cute. And also, they had a silver pair too. It was the last ones. They only had one of each, and I'm really glad that I got both of them, so I'm pretty happy with that. Um, my daughter got these. They're like little wood buttons. She said they reminded her of like bread buns, and she just had to have them, so we got those. We also got these buttons. There's a buckle. It's the only buckle that was there, and then these were some of the last ones that looked like this. They were alone, and I just couldn't leave them. That was kind of the theme. It's like it's the last one, and I feel bad for them because they're alone. So we grabbed those. We also got a set of these sew-on labels. My daughter liked them. She thought they were really cute and wanted to use them for something. I got this heavy-duty jacket zipper that I'm hopefully going to use for a jacket. I'm pretty excited about it. I recently made a jacket for a costume for Planet FunkCon, which I'm really excited about. It does not have a zipper, it has buttons, but I'm excited to try another project that has a zipper, which I've never used a zipper before, so that'll be a fun project. I also got some other zippers. They're in random sizes. I just saw some and was like, I think I need this. I think I might have an idea. I don't know. So I've got a bunch of these. These are a couple 7-inch zippers. I think I'm gonna make a bag, maybe a purse with those. I don't have like a solid plan. It was just like a half done, like half baked plan. It wasn't. It was like a plan in the planning stages. It wasn't anything solid yet. And then this purple zipper. I definitely have a plan for this. This will be for my daughter because her favorite color is purple. I do really wish that I had gotten a bag of the the grab bag zippers. I'm a little bummed that I didn't get more. I feel like I should have grabbed more, but I'm pretty happy with the zippers that I got. I don't know how fast I'll use them either, so. Oh, and I did mention that we bought an end cap. On the end cap were the big twist plushy keychains. I was only planning on getting like, one more of each so my daughter and I could each have one. But we ended up buying that end cap and it came with a bunch of knitting needles. There are a bunch of these huge knitting needles and it came with two racks, like two rack containers. I actually saw the same containers or displays at Michael's when I went a few days ago, so that was interesting. Um, I don't know what my daughter wants to do with these knitting needles. There's so many and they're huge, but they're sitting in a box right now. She's got plans, so I'll just let her be creative with whatever she's got planned for. Um, I don't know. We also got a ton of sewing needles. We stuck them all in this little display case. That came with the end cap that we bought. There's a ton of them. It did come with these little short knitting needles. I'm not really sure what to do with those because I don't knit. I'll probably figure that out eventually, but not today. Then we got a bunch of these plastic, like yarn needles, and then there's a bunch of other just like regular sewing needles. There is a ton of them. Like I'm telling, there's so many. It fit into one giant box that I had to I had to carry it across the parking lot because parking lot was full. It was chaos and it was hot that day too, so that wasn't my favorite thing, but we got all of these needles and then we got a whole rack of these knitting needles. It was crazy. I don't know what my daughter plans on doing with them, but I think she'll have a good supply of knitting needles for the next ever, forever. I don't think she'll ever run out of knitting needles. So I hope she enjoys learning to knit. I actually tried to learn to knit shortly after I learned to crochet, and I just couldn't figure it out. It wasn't for me. I like crocheting, and that's where I'm at. But I think it'll be awesome if she learns to knit. I think it'll be a lot of fun for her. So it did come with mostly, I'm not sure what size the green ones are. I think they're 5 millimeter, but it did come with a couple smaller sizes in the little container. There's just a lot of them. There's so many. We also got, I don't know, it's like broken earrings. My daughter saw them and it was on the end cap, and she decided that she wanted them. We did get a grab bag of thread, but these are the ones that my daughter picked out specifically. Here's some blues, and then she's got some warmer tones, orange and some yellow, and these really pretty purple. This purple, the first day, she decided against, but then did get eventually. And then there's this really pretty rainbow color, and then there's a silver and a pastel yellow. And then here's the grab bag stuff. She was worried that she wouldn't get that purple, and then we got 5 of these. I think these are for embroidery, but I don't know. You can pretty much just use them however you want. There's not really any rules in crafts and art. So there's a bunch of different. Because it's a grab bag, the very last day that my store was open, we watched some of the employees just dump boxes of thread into a display, and then another employee just grabbing fistfuls of thread and sticking them in bags. So it is very, very random. It's everything that they had left, just randomly thrown into a bag. So we had a lot of random different things, stuff that I think my daughter wanted to get, but was being very conscious about, space and what is going to take up space, what am I actually going to use. But the grab bag I think was a good choice because she got a bunch of stuff that I think she would use. She was helping me with this part because it was so much. It was so much thread. It was everywhere. I feel like when we were filming this, we had thread just like falling off my workspace. It was chaos. Everything was chaos. It was a lot of fun though. There are a lot of different colors and different hues, and I am really excited to see what the both of us make with our haul. I feel like the thread grab bag just goes on forever. There's so much of it. Um, my daughter was trying to like con- condense it in grab specific colors. Um, There are a lot of these neon oranges, and I just don't like them. They make my eyes hurt. I do like that peach color there. I love it so much. It's kind of like an apricot peach color. I love it. Um, I wish I had some yarn that color. I can't find a good peach yarn. So yeah, that's a problem that I have had for quite a while. But yeah, it was definitely sad to go to Joann's for the last time. It's been like, I guess, my crafty home type of place, my happy place. For I don't even know, for like, I feel like my whole life. My grandmother crafted, my mom crafted. Um, I am a fiber artist, so it's just sad. I feel sad about it. I met a lot of really interesting people at Joann's. I met, so many really awesome employees there. Uh, when I made art for Jason Marsden, in, what was it, 2021, I think, I was kind of panicking over yarn, and one of the employees, her name was Chelsea, she actually helped me pick out yarn, and I had come back after I sent it, and she wanted to see pictures. She was so excited. She remembered, and I left her boss feedback about how nice she was, because I was in a panic, and she was super nice. There was another employee named Erin who has been, oh gosh, she's worked there for as long as I can remember. She's super nice, and I am going to miss them. I will miss, the friendly atmosphere. I'm going to miss like bouncing ideas off of other artsy people. And I feel like you don't get that in a lot of other stores. Like, you can't go to Walmart and talk to, an employee and tell them, "Oh, I'm going to make this thing," and then, "Oh, have you thought about this?" You just don't get that at other places. So I feel like this is, oh, it's just so terrible for the crafting space, for the artist space, because we just lost something that you don't get in other spaces. So that really sucks. That's something that I've been sad about. I think the whole atmosphere is what I'm sad about. I can get supplies pretty much anywhere, but I guess you don't it's the people factor, I guess. You just don't have the people in other spaces like that. So, anyway, now that I sorry, just made everybody really sad. This is the thread haul. I'm really excited about it. It's very heavy. There's lots and lots and lots of thread, so I don't think my daughter will need thread anytime soon. Anyway, sorry for the sad part at the end here. I guess this is about it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this haul. It's definitely something that I don't do very often. I don't usually do big hauls, and stores don't usually go out of business, and I don't usually go to their liquidation sales. So anyway, do the things, like the video if you liked it, leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more, and hit the bell notification if you want to be notified when I upload next. Thank you again so much for watching. I hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!